I'll tell you what, Bill, these are some fascinating stories, and you have so many great stories about wrestling and the Wrestling Insider, the inside outlook that you have. I'm surprised that you've never written a book before. You should write a book.
Oh, I did write a book.
You did write a book.
Oh, yeah, I wrote a book. Talking of
you,
that,
you don't have a copy
here.
of it, do you?
Oh, yeah, do I have a copy
oh my
of
gosh,
it? Oh,
you are
here
so
we go.
prepared.
Yes, we are.
This
And
is Bill's book.
you know what? This is Bill Dundee, wrote by Bill Dundee and Randy Benton Hales. Do you know what the name of this book is?
That's a good question.
If you don't want the answer, don't ask the question.
Well, there you go.
And that applies to life,
I love
right?
it. Actually, folks, I've read this book a couple of times. It's a great read. It's a fascinating story. Bill covers just about everything from his childhood up to his wrestling days in Australia and here in Memphis, how he got here. A lot of great stories about other wrestlers in there. And there's the cover right there.
Yeah.
Handsome fellow right there.
Handsome devil right there.
If you don't want the answer, don't ask the question, folks. And we're going to give you some information about how to get these products. And speaking of which, Bill also has some very good DVDs.
DVDs,
Why don't
that's
you
right.
tell us about those, Bill?
This is all the 70s.
Great
Matches
era.
from not just me, there's Lawler, me, Big Bad John Hansen. Anybody who was here in the 70s is on this DVD.
Why don't you show us what
And
that
we'll
cover
show you
looks
the
like
cover.
there? Hey, there he is.
There you go. And then on the back, it's Handsome and Lawler and on the thing. So you all know who they are.
Great pictures. Okay, what other ones do you have?
And the other one here is tag matches. This is all tags, right there.
I bet
So
those are
if
some
you're
great
into tag
matches.
team wrestling, not just me and Lawler, everybody that come through here, LeDuc and Jean-Louis, remember them
Oh,
big
God,
monsters,
yeah.
and then Mongolian Stomper and all kinds of things are on this one. That's the tag matches.
Some great material.
This one here is Wrestling Mainstays, and the reason I called it Wrestling Mainstays, that means they came here and they stayed a while, and then they would leave, and then they would come back. So they were in and out, like Handsome Jimmy.
Right.
Handsome never stayed here forever, but he would come a year or two at a time, and then he would leave and come back.
They would go to other territories and then they'd come back.
He bought a house here once.
Yeah, I want to get to that story, but we have one more DVD
And
there.
another DVD. This one here
let's
is.
see about that one.
This is Volume 1, and there's three of this. There's a Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, and this is all me and Jerry Lawler. That's all that's on this.
And folks, we're going to have a screen up during these interviews with the information. But what you can do, if you like any of these products, is just dial 901-305-3251. Again, that's area code 901-305-3251. Or you can send a text to that very number and just ask about merchandise information. And a very lovely lady will get back to you with that. But again, we will also have a screen with all that information on it throughout these interviews. And this is called Bill Dundee Sets It Straight. This is the superstar himself, legendary wrestler from down under. But you weren't born in Australia, right?
No.
You were born in
Scotland.
Scotland.
I had a kilt and everything. When I came here, I had a kilt, and I would wear it. And people look at you like you was nuts. So this is the reason. I was in Australia when we got booked, me and Barnes, and we came here. And Nick Goulis said the Australians will be here in a whatever time, you know.
So that stuff.
So yeah. Now I was somewhere, and a guy asked me a question, and I said, we're just talking at the matches. And he said, you guys from Australia? I said, I ain't from Australia. I'm a Scotsman. This is what he said. He said, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. I was born in Scotland and went to Australia and then came to America. He said, Lance Russell said it on TV. You're Australian.
Well, yeah, so it had to be.
So it had to be. So I said, Lance said it? He said, yeah. I said, okay. And then I became Australian. But I had a kilt and everything. I don't know what I had a kilt before Piper had a kilt.
That's what I was going to say. So you were doing the kilt before Rowdy Roddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was around before Rowdy Roddy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm still here.
I'm gonna throw another name at you. This is really good stuff. Dutch Mantell, the Dirty Dutchman.
The Dirty Dutchman. What did you say about the Dirty Dutchman?
And he was a booker here for a while. Am I correct?
Well, he worked in the office. I don't know whether his title was the booker or not. I don't really know that because I think I was gone when he did his thing, wasn't I? I
think
can't
so.
remember either,
Yeah.
but I think, yeah. I mean, you always need help in the office. Jarrett just can't run it all by himself. So, but anyway, yeah, I think he was. And then I brought him to Louisiana when I went to Louisiana. And Dutch is very smart in this business. He's good. And he's not scared to tell you what he's thinking.
Speaks his mind.
Speaks his mind.
You
Yeah.
had a classic bullwhip match with Dutch Mantell. Now, was he proficient with a bullwhip or
No.
no? Did you give him some tips on
I
that?
had to give him a lessons on the bullwhip. You know, I thought he'll kill me with this thing if he doesn't know what he's doing with it. So, anyway, no. When I came here, he was, but he got pretty good with it, and it was his gimmick and Dirty Dutch and the bullwhip. But Bill Dundee really could use it because when I was in Australia, I worked on a cattle station and a sheep station.
Really?
And you ride a horse and you have a bullwhip. A lot of people may not know that part of me, but I was a cowboy.
You
But
were
I-
really?
Yeah, went to Australia. And, you know, that's how you get around.
All of these things, by the way, folks, are covered in Bill's book. If you don't want the answer, don't ask the question.
Right, you know why I called it that?
Well, besides the obvious reason why.
Because the young guys will come to you and say, did you watch my match? And what they want you to say to them is, it was great. And most of the time, it was frigging awful. My opinion. So I thought, well, they don't really want the answer. So now I'll tell them that. I said, you really don't want the answer.
But you've always been a very forthright person.
Right.
guys. With
That's
me,
how it works.
You'll
Life.
give your opinion. And it'll
Whether
be,
you want it or not.
Whether you want it, well, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, that's consequently the name of the book.
I love it. Great title. So, Dutch Mantell, good worker.
Good worker, good booker, smart to the business, and a nice guy.
Nice guy.
To me. I'm sure there's people don't like him, and I'm sure there's people I can't imagine who wouldn't like me.
I
but
can't either,
I'm sure there are people like. No, I got along good with Dutch. We were over up and down the road together in Louisiana, and I took him down there, and we had a lot of fun. And,
Was
yeah.
he, what, his out of ring persona, was he quiet? Was he rowdy? Was he?
He was a kind of handsome. He was more wild on the TV than he, you know.
Just a kind of laid back, easy
Right,
going type
yeah,
of thing?
yeah.
Okay. Now, when I first started watching Memphis wrestling, I was about 5 years old. And I remember one of the names here was Wildfire Tommy Rich. What about Tommy Rich?
Wildfire. Tommy Rich was born in Hendersonville or Nashville, and when I came here in '75, I moved to Hendersonville, and we moved into an apartment, and Tommy's family lived in the same apartment complex, and Eddie Marlin was working out with Tommy. So Jerry Jarrett and another guy named Jerry Bryant, he passed away early, but he was a young kid getting in the wrestling business.
I remember him.
You remember Jerry Bryant?
Mhm.
So they kind of teamed Tommy and him up for a little bit just for a young tag team. And me and Barnes worked with him. And Jarrett. See, this is what doesn't happen today, and I keep trying to tell people today. It all stems from the dressing room. If it doesn't take place in the dressing room, it ain't taking place no fucking where. So he come to us and he said, hey, they're two young kids. We're trying to get a little bit, and Tommy Rich is a good worker. And, well, Tommy was, 6'1" and about 235.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a big kid. So he said, I'd like you all to look after them. I said, well, no problem. So we had pretty good matches with them and did the best, what we could do, teach them as the word, blah, blah, blah. And then Tommy went on to be, how it was, and Jerry Bryant got Lou Gehrig's disease or some type thing like that and passed away early. And Tommy went on to be the world's champion at one time for Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Can I ask you about that? What do you know about it? He held it for 1 week. What was the...
Politics. Who knows what it was? I mean hardly
usually they'll
racing
hold it
good
for a
guy.
little while longer than that.
I have no idea what they did there. I wasn't there, and it was, hardly like Tommy, and, just who would think so. I have no idea. I've never talked to Tommy about it or none of that, but I just know he has the right to say he was the NWA World Champion.
Okay, we're gonna pause right now, and you got
Pause
coffee
right
coming.
now. Coffee's coming. I can smell it.